Hi everyone, this is Philip with an update from the Community Hub. I'm here at Honua, Puna on the last evening of dinner being served. We just did our pule and we're getting ready to serve up some food for all the people who are here enjoying the last night of community together at this particular location. For those of you guys that haven't heard, the hub will be closing down to restructure starting tomorrow. So this is the last evening of dinner at the hub. You guys can check out. There's a bunch of people here who are getting ready for the last meal here at the community hub. You can see we've cleared out a lot of stuff in preparation for moving out of here. So a lot less tables, a lot less stuff in a way. But people are still here. We have a pretty good showing tonight for the last meal here at this particular location here at the corner of the Pahoa Road and the Pahoa Kalapana Road. So give you guys a quick update and a little information that we have right now. We haven't had a whole lot of reports of much different going on today. But basically what's happened is we had our collapse event at 8 o'clock this morning. There was kind of a false alert earlier in the evening, 4.1. It was also kind of a collapse event, but not the big one that follows the same pattern. I can kind of show you guys how that kind of looks slightly different. But basically, we're expecting signs of the surge to go through the system to kind of manifest. And what we've seen is, although we have reports of civil defense reporting no overflows from the channel, we do know for sure there is a brush fire, a rather large brush fire that's been burning again today. It's burning an area just upslope of Pu'ukapoho of Green Mountain. It's in that same area where the fire was a couple of days ago. So the first fire got put out by the big rain that came through. But once again today, we actually have another fire going over there. It's an area that's all evacuated already, so we don't think that any people are at risk. The area that's been burned already likely will not be able to burn again, but there are still lots of patches of dried grass in there. There's areas that didn't get burned the last time, and that's probably what that fire is going on there right now. So there's been no official report of this yet, of course, but what we have right here is a photograph taken by Josiah Hunt from Property Papaya Farms showing that kind of smoke plume right there. And what else can I show you guys here? We got another photograph. Let me pull up for you guys. Right here. Photograph by Anthony Dohanos. These photographs are up on Hawaii Tracker right now. These are the best images we have until we have some aerial photographs of where this fire exactly is and how much area it's actually burning. Right now, this is the best information we have. We're kind of estimating more or less that fire is in the area right there. It's one of the few areas that didn't actually burn before. So we'll have to wait and see exactly. We'll have to wait and see exactly what is really happening there once we have the aerial photographs. But we know for sure there's a fire. You know, anyone who's around here can see the smoke. We know Hawaii Tracker members were on a police scanner earlier. And we heard the call, so we know for sure it's actually going on. Just kind of puzzling why there is no announcement of that in a civil defense message, despite the fact that we know that there are probably still houses and structures back there that are at risk. I guess no one's in them. At least we don't expect them to be in them. But that's still a little boggling. It's a little boggling to a lot of us. So yeah, that's the little update that we have right now. So we expected that because of that, there must have been some kind of overflow that sparked that fire. That must have been something that happened. But fortunately, on the south side, not towards the area of Papaya Farms or Cinder Road, which is kind of near that bottleneck area up there. So that's a little. We know what's going on. There's also going to be a community meeting here, and a little over half an hour at the Pahoa cafeteria. We're expecting a little bit of different meeting today. There have been some reports that the format slightly changed, that they may have actually reduced the length of the presentations and had more time for questions, which is what I was suggesting after last week's meeting. So I'm sure no one listened to me, but I'm glad that they're doing something a little different. So we'll see how that actually plays out. There have been some reports that there's some hesitancy about this actually happening, so we'll see what actually goes on at the meeting today. Hopefully Big Island Video News will be there to stream it live. If they don't stream it live, then I'll do what I can again to stream it from in there, but you guys know how crappy that cell signal is in there, so I can do what I can, but hopefully those guys will have it going, considering how important this particular installment of the community meeting is going to be. So once again, I'm here from the hub. You know, we don't have much report of difference in the flows. There were some USGS photographs released this morning, but they were all from before the collapse event and before the surge. So you know, that's there's not a whole lot to learn from us from that necessarily. We do know that the channel is kind of in the lull, kind of before the surge comes through. The surge, you know, was expected to fissurate around 9 o'clock or so. So I would expect that it would reach down the ocean entry area around 9 p.m. tonight. So the evening flights should give us some good information about what is actually happening down there. As far as the surge, the overplating, once again, we expect the channel is not going to hold on the lava. It's going to go over the top. It's going to spread around, and we'll see if which direction it spreads. Hopefully, it'll miss Pohiki once again. But you know, there's only so many times that the flow field can spread and spare our beloved boat ramp. So we'll see what comes of that. We'll give you guys another update tonight. John Salmon's back in town. I saw John today. He's getting his routine back together. The meeting's at 5 o'clock at the whole cafeteria, so and not too long, just a little over half an hour. But it is going to be happening down there. So we'll see what actually happens. You know, typically they talk for about maybe 45 minutes and give very little time for questions. They've said that, it's been reported at least, that they'll hold the meeting shorter this time, allow more time for questions. And I'm not sure exactly how it'll play out, but I'm hoping it'll be maybe half and half ratio, where maybe they'll have the first half of the time with their presentations, the other half with listening to residents. We just really need their voices heard at some point. It's been 3 months. We're in day 89 now since the first lava came out, so we've passed all the records as far as the length of the eruption. That was the last one standing, really, because we've passed the volume records, we've passed the impact records, in all the different ways. We've broken records. So it's interesting that it's taken this long for us to reach this stage, but here we are. We've got some. I think we're all learning a lot from this, and hopefully we can kind of put those lessons to use. And when we have to deal with anything like this again, we can do better. Right here at the hub, what's going on is that the hub is going to be closing down after tonight. There will be a private celebration tomorrow for the hub volunteers. So the hub volunteers will kind of get together for our goodbye to this particular place. We will be relocating for sure. We're not sure exactly where this is going to happen. So Ikaika's been running around a lot trying to secure the right location. So tonight's the last night for meal service. We're moving everything out of here. What's happened in particular is that the lease on this property has been pulled from the hub, and I'll leave it at that for now. Ikaika will probably speak on more on that at some point. But as it is now, we basically have to shut down the public operation of the hub after today. So we'll still be around. I myself, I'm going to be available pretty much every day that I have been. I may not be at this exact location, but we have some talk of putting up a tent somewhere else in Pahoa. We'll be doing that. I may also be going to other local businesses as well to be available to give information. We'll make sure you guys know when that actually happens, where I'm actually be. I'll let you guys know. So if you guys want to come find me in person, you can actually do that. So right now, I'll give you guys an overview of what's going on here. You can see everyone's kind of sitting down to eat the last meal here at the hub. There's a lot of traffic. So people are still standing in line. We got a lot more space for all the facilities we're going to have here. But see, we got a pretty good group tonight come through the hub. We're all going to try to eat early so we can go to the community meeting here pretty soon. So Honua, Puna will still continue to exist. It just happens to be that this particular location that the lease is being pulled. So we're dealing with this one more, some people are taking it kind of a gut punch of how quickly and suddenly it's happened, and people really express how the community aspect of this place has been really important to them, and how that's something that they don't want to lose. So we're working really hard to try to find a way to continue that. We may take a day off tomorrow, just because there's been so much we've had to deal with. Maybe catch up on the laundry and all that other stuff. Apart from any new developments in the flow. But otherwise we'll take a little break and then come back. Maybe on Thursday we'll have a place that will be set up to meet you guys and let you guys know about that. So yeah, that's what we got going on there. So just briefly, you guys check out the trackers and check out the Post on Hawaii tracker to check out the information about the fire, about the most recent conditions and what reports we actually have. Don't worry, you guys. I know a lot of people are sad that the hub is gonna be shutting down in its current form, but the hub is about the people, really, right? It's about the people who have been gathering as a community, and that part will live on regardless of where we happen to gather. So, and guys, don't worry about that. It's not as big a deal as it could be. It's not as easy, of course, but we'll make it happen. Don't worry, you guys. There's nothing going to destroy this community at this point. The flow didn't do it. One little movement of location's not going to do it either, right? So yeah, so that's basically it. Yeah. So once again, the meeting is going to start at 5 in a little over half an hour. So I'm going to get a quick bite to eat here. Hopefully we'll see if they mention anything about the fire in there. We'll do a report afterwards. Hopefully I can get John involved and maybe Ikaika as well. We'll give you guys some feedback on what went down at the meeting. Hopefully we'll have some pictures to show you guys at that point as well. Right now we just have the scanner reports to go on. So you can go check out the tracker for more up-to-date reports while we're in the meeting. I hope Big Island Video News will be streaming. If they don't, I will try to stream as well. However, as you guys already know, the cell reception in there is pretty crappy. So if I do stream it when no one else is, then you guys will kind of be forced to deal with a interrupted broadcast as usual, but hopefully be better than nothing. So we'll see how it actually works, how that actually turns out. So good to see. It's a nice turnout right here. A community all kind of eating. A little busier than it's been the last few days. We have some a whole bunch of different people here. We have people who are taking information on community members of how this has affected you guys. So if you guys want to come by the public meeting, you guys can pass on some information as well to these researchers who are here. If you guys want to talk about what you're going on real quick, we're going to give you a little platform here. So, all right, you guys, these lovely ladies are here at the hub with us.
Hello, I'm Dr. Haney from the University of Pennsylvania. This is my colleague. My name is Kīlauea. I'm a graduate of the geography.
Awesome, you guys want to give me like a 1-minute version of what you're doing? And
so we're here examining the perception and responses to these recent eruptions in hopes of learning more about what's been happening at the hub and trying to learn more about community resilience and how we push in information to people and improve responses to hazards, how hazards are viewed in the future, and create more of a model in other communities.
that's awesome, yeah. Do you have anything to add? Did she cover it pretty good? She's awesome.
But we're really interested if anyone will be willing to share their experiences and perspectives. All very, very valued stuff that we've heard from people today. Everybody has a different story, and it just really helps information sharing.
Right. Yeah, awesome. So you guys come check it out. These guys, they have some surveys and like to talk to you guys. If you guys can come by the public meeting, you'll be there as well. So after the meeting, you guys can check them out. So I'll be around as well. And thanks you guys for joining us. We're gonna get our dinner here and we'll talk to you guys soon, all right? So as usual, we'll sign off with stay classy, Puna. Aloha.